Hey y'all, Steve the Amateur Historian, and I am sweating like crazy on my face right now. So I just took a Lime scooter all the way down 122nd from up by my place all the way down here towards Airport Way, got to where I wanted to get off, and then realized I was in a no drop-off zone. So I just had to backtrack like 8-10 blocks, which I'll now have to walk to make up for it. And there's suddenly, I can't believe this. I knew I was going to have to cross 122nd. I didn't realize it was going to be this easy. And I have to go through here even though it's a tight fit because there's no way to get through on the other side unless you want to jump off this bridge and kill yourself. This is a real tight fit. Some jackass of these off-ramps back here weaved around me, tried to hit me. Friggin' almost killed me. But so I got way down here, had to turn around and go up on the ridge there. Whoa! I do not like being in this area. This is it's not a good spot for a bike lane. It's really not a good spot to walk. But again, I have no other way to get down here. This just blocks everything. But thank God, a sidewalk pops up. That was tight right there. I did not like that one bit. No lock, yay, wow, what? Alright. So I'm exhausted, I'm totally shot. And yet nobody cares, you're a fucking loser. Sorry, I hate people that do that. Speed through with their piece of crap car. Anyway. So I'm shot, I'm completely exhausted, my back is sore as hell. My arms, I literally feel like I did an arm workout using muscles I've never worked before, and I realized it's from riding the scooter yesterday. Like soreness all the way penetrating, hidden treasure, penetrating my shoulder blades and stuff. Like it went right into my back, because I have poor balance, as I've said a million times, so I grab and hold firm, and I just maintain like that the whole time. And when I flex like that, I realize I'm flexing all the way into my upper back. Blue Star Memorial. So anyway, I literally did all this to come up here and get like 2 or 3 clips for a thing I'm doing. It's also getting me my exercise today. It's not a complete loss, but yeah. Anyway, it really sucks. I was gonna drop that scooter off like 5 blocks from where I needed to be. Those 5 turned into 15. But hey, I get to hang out in a place I'm not used to hanging out in, and I'm gonna cut through this parking lot because there's oh, never mind, that's just a woman stretching. Well, now I feel judgmental and prejudicial. I thought it was a dude keeled forward having a fit, but it was really just a woman kind of doing a forward stretch, which I should have done more of today. But anyway, I'm in the very industrial part of northeast Portland. Once you get past Sandy, it just becomes just a lot of warehouses, business buildings that you look at them and you're like, I wonder what goes on in there. And this is just peppered with them. And I got off at Airport Way up there, which is where I want to be. Among 2 spots I want to be here. Of course, never mind, the girl I saw stretching just yelled something kind of chaotically. So maybe the stretching is part of or no, I think that's music. I don't know. Either way, I'm frightened. But I have this. I need to get some protein into me. And, of course, as always, these recordings I do, they don't go live till at least a week after I record them. But as of this recording, last night, the news broke that the President of the United States and the First Lady have COVID-19. And just honestly, I'm not surprised. But you know, at the same time, it's like you think, hating Trump the way I do, like I just think about just this, you know, 2020 has been a year of unprecedented events. Now the president of, like I'm trying to put it into perspective, the president of the United States has a potentially deadly virus. He's not a healthy person, and he's in his mid-70s. You wonder. And of course, you know, not to be a full-on conspiracy theorist, but I question whether he actually has it. A lot of other people are too. The debates wherein he refused to say screw off to the white supremacists of the country, he said, nah, I'll pass. But oh, by the way, white supremacists, be ready. I know it's not exactly what he said, but it seems like that's what he was entailing. So, it's just, it's wild and it's bizarre. And I just really, really want this scumbag to not be our president a few months from now after the election. But like, I wasn't thinking, you know, COVID was gonna maybe play a role in it. Just like, bizarre. Okay. Oh, this is the Argay neighborhood, which is considered one of the worst places to live in Portland, but also like, not a lot of people live here. It's mostly business and industrial. Oh man, life just keeps getting weirder. And we still got almost 3 full months of 2020 left. Okay, I'm at 138th and Airport Way. I'm still very far from home. But I'm feeling very hot. I'm feeling a little dehydrated. I think the uptake in protein, oh, piece of mystery wood. I think the uptake in protein is definitely dehydrating me a little bit more, especially when you're having it in the form of like smoothies and stuff that's gonna make your mouth dry and so on. But I just got done what I came down here to do, so I'm gonna start easy. My plan is to gradually, yeah, I love, you know, because I'm in line with the airport, so I've seen so many, I've gotten a couple of good shots of planes coming in for a landing, so that's cool. One day I would just love to go and hang out in this area. A wig. I'm actually so close. Literally, if I went a couple more blocks that way, I would pretty much make it to Marine Drive, right? I'm really close to the Columbia River, and I'm also really going to cross the street because there's a homeless hullabaloo over here. And I don't know. But anyway, I'm going this way, and I'm eventually going to try to, I think I can traverse over to 141st. 141st becomes 148th. I can beeline down that past Glendivier, which is a big golf course slash kind of walking trail type setup. Real pretty. Haven't been there since my childhood. And then just ease my way home. Oh God, what have we got here? I see an ambulance with his lights on. That is never a positive thing, especially out in a random area like this. I'm still mostly industrial. Yeah, they were definitely wheeling somebody into the ambulance, and it's like these two brick houses. There's like a duplex, and they're both just shabby looking as hell. They'd have to be thrown into this area. This isn't exactly residential. And there was a woman outside that I can only assume lived in the place where this person was being taken from, and I could see she was bone thin. I could see the marks on her arms. You know, and you hate to pass judgment, but when the proof is there. Yeah, this area sucks. Oh, man, I'm sweating like a beast. I think it's mostly just the humidity. But yeah, I'm gonna turn here. And fortunately, I think it gets a little bit nicer through here pretty abruptly. Then again, I could be absolutely 100% wrong about that. But if I am, and someone tries to mess with me, I've got old, I was gonna say old blue, but that doesn't really make sense. You know, you get to a certain area and you just get uncomfortable to the point of idiotic paranoia. This truck was like pulling out and going across like directly in front of me, and they slowed down real quick and it looked like the guy was gonna hop out of the guy's car, and I'm like, why would they do that in the middle of the street unless someone's gonna try to jump me? Turns out it was just a very steep climb into the driveway they were pulling into, so they had to slow down so their muffler wouldn't get ripped off. I know that game. My mom's muffler got ripped off when they put in these new really steep speed bumps in my elementary school. My mom hit that first one and so yeah, they evened him out. I'm pretty sure we weren't the only family whose muffler got screwed up. It's a pretty cute little park though. No, yeah. I mean, there's not a whole lot to see. There's like a tennis court and a soccer field and what have you. There's like a little field across the way. Already in like 2 blocks, I feel like the whole atmosphere around me shifted from sheer ghetto to not so bad. Propped you on the selfie stick. I haven't done that in a while on a therapy walk, but I gotta hit a convenience store at some point. I am so thirsty. I just chugged the last half of what was becoming a very warm protein smoothie thing. Did not quench my thirst at all. God, I'm already shot. Now, of course, you know, I'm achy from the frickin' the scooter ride yesterday, and of course I just took another one, and yeah, I've gone about 3 miles, and I'm already done. Well, my legs were sore in general when I woke up, and my arms are still really sore, so it's also feeling a lot. It is so humid today, because it's not that hot, but boy, you wouldn't know it. I am just dripping with this stuff. So seeing as I'm still about 60 to 70 blocks from home, take a wild guess as to who is probably going to ride a scooter for at least a portion of that length. I'm going to at least try to get through Glendevere, which I haven't been to in a very long time. If there's a lot of people there, I'll avoid it. I'll go around the outside, but if it's not too bad, I'll give it a little walk through. I haven't been there in a while. Oh no, hill climbing. You've got to be kidding me. I thought all of Northeast Portland was flat. I guess that's a myth debunked. It's literally a nothing hill, but it's a hill. Fremont Court. This is very like, I don't know, don't ask me why. Maybe it's just because it's a little hilly and you can't really see anything around here because it's a lot of fields and like the airport, so you don't see a lot of big, you know, buildings in the distance. This kind of reminds me of like the town in E.T. that they live in. Just a little bit. Who would have thought? It's October 2nd today. Who would have thought I'd be sweltering beyond reason? Not just hot, but just sweltering, humid, gross. Who would have thought? Like, you know, we may have a couple warm days early October, but warm is usually like 70 degrees, minimal humidity. And they said it's supposed to hit 79 today, which it doesn't feel super hot. It just feels humid AF. And I'm also horrendously dehydrated right now. So yeah, that's another thing is once I get to the slightly busier streets, I need to get me a bottle of water. Oh, those people have the jugs. I should go over and take one. Could you imagine me just running down the street with like one of those multi-gallon jugs of water, just like, ah, it's mine. Okay, I gotta figure out which way I'm supposed to go here. I think I go this way. All right, plans have completely changed. I started hearing traffic. That's the band field. You can't just walk across that. I thought you just wrap this way and get to 148th. Nope. Wrap that way and it's just a succession of dead ends. So I can't get to 148th unless I go all the way pretty much back to Sandy. And that ain't happening. Not today. So I'm gonna have to wander. This is Rose Way, which just runs parallel to the freeway over here, all the way back to like pretty much 122nd. So I'm gonna end up back 122nd way. So Glendevere, my sweet, is gonna have to wait for another time. However, there's a little iconic, you know, when you're a kid and you're growing up and there's just random things that keep your attention. I had that with, there's this one building along the band field right before you get to downtown, this beat up building. I still don't know what it's used for or if it's even used for anything anymore. And it would always get my attention. Riding on the freeway, passing the Gordon's Fireplace Shop, always got my attention. You know, going to California, seeing things like the old big paper mill, and I think it was a paper mill in Albany, passing by Enchanted Forest. There's just these little things that, like, you know are coming and you look forward to randomly seeing. Well, this puppy up here was one of those things. Going way back deep into my adolescence. I'm talking back to the days when I lived in Fairview, way the hell off that way. The big green water tower. Whenever we'd come down the band field, I would always look forward to passing this, and I don't know if it still has it. I don't see them on this side of it, but it used to have roses painted on the side of it, the actual, you know, water container. And yeah, as the freeway, you just go right by it, and I always wondered, because you know it's mostly blocked off by, like, you know, homes and stuff. I always wondered going down the freeway what the area just the other side of these hedges and the wall up there by the freeway looked like, and this is it. Oh my god, there's literally water dripping off of my elbows, like I just got out of a pool or something. Ooh, tropical. I like, very good. But yeah, so I get to pass right by the old water tower. There used to be a water tower like this. It might still be there in Fairview, like just a couple blocks from our house. You could see it like over the trees, and that was pretty wild. I am planning on, at some point, I'd have to get probably some distance covered by getting dropped off or taking a scooter again, because it's about 7-8 miles from my place to Fairview. But I want to go back to Fairview and do like an in-depth full, you know, pretty much childhood story from when I was 2 to 7 years old, and just going to all the places of prominence. I'm really looking forward to that. Ah, it's too bright. Get out of the way, son. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just painted green now. I think they got rid of the... I remember, I think they painted it a few different ways. But I don't remember. Actually, I'm going to get real close to it, because this becomes 135th and Rose Parkway. So it's Parkway, not Roseway, but Rose Parkway. Rose Parkway? Like Rosa Parks? I don't know, maybe that's a stretch. Well, this is a real treat from my childhood. I didn't realize I was going to get this close to this thing. Imagine just living in a house down here. You just got this massive water tank directly behind your house. And if that's not enough to make you feel awkward, or at least annoyed from time to time, you've always got airplanes flying over your house. But yeah, imagine living in this house right here, and the big quake comes. You're done. But yeah, I've never actually seen this thing up close. It actually looks like you can walk up to it. I don't know. I don't see any, no. Oh, wait. City of Portland Water, no public access. Okay, well, that answers my question. It looked like there was a walking trail maybe back there. I'm like, that seems like a bit much, but to each their own. I just love that I actually got to see that up close. And yeah, literally through that gate over there is the freeway. So that's cool. It's ginormous. I don't know if it's just getting later in the day or if I'm getting my historic second wind, but since getting to the top of this hill, because you can see off in the distance down the road here, I've actually climbed a pretty good amount, a lot more than I thought I did. What's that shadow following me? Who is that? Oh no, I have to run. Paranoia mode. Oh, okay, I'm safe. Shadow's gone. Just, there it is again! Man, I gotta look like a grade 8 lunatic. This guy thinks I'm nuts. I guarantee you he saw that. He saw my paranoid freak out. Hey sir, I need to do that at least once a day to keep my life in order. Otherwise, what's it all been for? If I can't scuba, then... Now back down in the vicinity, I just crossed 122nd. I did a little rant for my video that I've been shooting stuff for to possibly use, so that used up the rest of my time on Rose Parkway, but just kind of wrapped down and dropped down back onto Fremont here. So I decided, I've been down 122nd a million times. This gets me to 102nd, so I can beeline 102nd home. And as much as I don't want to do it, I'm getting pretty tired. And I've had to go down 102nd so many times, I'm sick of walking down it. And there's a Lime scooter 3 blocks up the road, just waiting for me. So it won't be too long of a trip. It'll be pretty much just 102nd. You know. Yeah, so this is a pretty short therapy walk because I scooted most of the way, and I'm going to be scooting a good chunk of the way back. But you know what? I'll strap my GoPro back onto this camera, or I'll strap my GoPro onto the scooter and, you know, do a little commentary as I drive home, because I did that on my way here, but I want it to be its own video. Going down 122nd and how treacherous that can be. So this little video, going back home on 102nd, which I know a little bit better, will be a little addition to the end of this video, since there wasn't really a whole lot today. Look at that view. You don't really see this because usually you're on the freeway on the other side of all this stuff. You don't really see a lot of this. And yes, this woman just started her car and a bunch of blue smoky stuff came out from the bottom. She still hasn't driven away yet. She's just been kind of sitting there a few minutes. She literally got out of her car. She backed up a little bit. She got out of her car, proceeded to look down at the ground where she'd been stopped when the smoke was coming out. She put her finger to the ground, wiped something up with it, and licked her finger. I'm pretty sure I just watched a woman eat motor oil, which makes me think she's not human. Oh, hello. Please tell me you work. Yeah, this looks pretty okay. Yeah, know the zones. Remember the zones. Hallelujah, it works. All right, we are ready to go. Kinda. So I'm going to take Fremont to, God damn it, just get rid of my tape. That's taking Fremont this way to 102nd, and then 102nd I'll drop it off somewhere along there. All right, here we go. Come on, Mitch. Oh my God, the wind against my sweaty body. Oh God, it feels good. I'm happy. My apologies, the camera looks a little crooked, but the whole journey's a little bit crooked, you know, on one of these. Wow, this thing really goes. I'm actually going uphill a little bit. This thing's hitting almost 16 miles an hour. That's so random. I just drove past a guy raking in front of his house, and he used to do projection at the theater where I work at. Hopefully 102nd won't be as sketchy as going down 122nd earlier. My life was in danger a few times. The important thing is never assume people in their cars are watching out for you. You gotta watch out for yourself. Alright, I'm coming up to 102nd and actually Maywood Park. There's no bike lane there, which means I'm just making sure I can go this way. We're taking the bike trail, or the, the bike thing. Which I'm fine with as long as some homily doesn't mess with me. A brief passing through of beautiful Maywood Park. Housing prices, probably more than you can afford, but you can still dream. Going the same way home I did folks pass me by. Down. Hey. How much did that run me? You did good for me, Scooter. I appreciate it. That was the first, like, really quick, no real issues ride. The only issue I had was when I realized I couldn't go up 102nd. But I just went down the bike path. Or the multi-use path, which is predominantly a bike path. And a place for homeless people to, you know, kick it. But that was good. Yesterday I spent about $25. Today I spent about 18. It's still bad, but it's an improvement. I also didn't go quite as far, but I still got in my walking. It was a day. I was out. You know, can't complain. It was sort of fun. I am so freaking thirsty though, and hopefully I keep my healthy pattern going. Remember to take my protein after an excursion. I'm gonna need to stretch my arms a lot. I've gone a few days without weightlifting because I just wanted to rest them after realizing I wasn't taking enough protein. I didn't want to kill my arms and legs anywhere I've been exercising recently. So I need to keep that up and just keep moving forward with everything that is going on in the world. It's absolutely bonkers. Anyway, thanks so much for coming out with me today, sort of, in your own way. Until next time, remember to like, share, subscribe, hit up my Patreon, and till next time, guys. I can feel my voice getting hoarse because I'm so thirsty. But till next time, this has been Steve, the Amateur Historian.